It was the beginning of summer. The heat of the Californian sun burned my skin. As I had been enjoying the day's activities with some family friends we had visited during summer vacation. As the hum of the car put me in a very relaxed mood, I found myself to be quite excited. We parked next to a group of other cars, all in rows in view of this very large screen at the end of the lot. Everybody tuned their radios to the proper frequency as the movie Man of Steel began playing at the big screen at the drive-in theater. Can you turn that shit down? I watched in awe as the car shook with bass during the action scenes. And as a kid, I thought the movie was pretty good. Then came Batman v Superman.
Why did you say that name?
And following that, we had Justice League.
Kal-El, no!
And every single time, even as a little kid, that character in blue with the red cape and the symbol of hope plastered on his chest for everyone to see, deep down in my heart I knew this was not the Superman I wanted. Again, this is not a hate video for Henry Cavill. I love that guy.
That's what it says on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Wikipedia? Using Wikipedia as your source of information.
And I feel like if the director understood Clark's role a bit more, instead of just making a more edgy fanfic, and if the writers had a better understanding of Clark's core values, he could have been the best Superman portrayal that has been on the big screen. That being said, I don't really like Zack Snyder. I feel like a lot of people don't like Superman. Even when I was younger and in school, when I asked classmates about their favorite superheroes, they never once mentioned Superman. One of the big three in DC with the Dark Knight and the Warrior of Truth. Supes has always been the one that I heard others call very boring and mediocre. Or just flat out not that interesting. To hear that as a Superman fan makes me feel a little sad. Clark Kent, the farm boy from Smallville, Kansas, the last son of the no longer existing planet Krypton, is one of my favorite heroes of all time. And I am truly hoping that James Gunn can help fix his reputation and allow other people to feel the same sense of hope and peace from Superman that I do. Howdy everyone, I hope you're as excited for the new Superman movie as I am. I've been loving the trailers and I'm feeling pretty excited about it. As I stated before, I watched the Snyder films growing up, and every time I watched those, I always felt like something was a little off. Like as if something was missing. Like some sauce out of like a spaghetti or like curry or something. I've been watching a lot of Superman media, and I'd say the last year or two. Like one show, namely. You might have heard of it. It's called Smallville. I've been watching it with a friend, and we were having a blast while doing so. Watching this icon figure out his place in the world. Smallville is a show that goes over the late teen years of Clark Kent, who is learning to control his abilities and, you know... fucking idiot. As he learns to control his abilities, as he learns skills and lessons that will shape him into the man of tomorrow. There's one scene in particular that I would like to bring up, and it's during the first season. Clark meets with this blind old fortune teller that has been given a power of foresight or predictions from Kryptonite. You know, it's a long plot. Kryptonite just gives people powers, apparently. Anyway, she has a power that can allow her to see into the future. However, when she meets Clark, she knew that he was different, and she actually knew who he was.
I hoped you'd come back.
I'm sorry. You saw that, whatever it was.
I always see them. The question is, how did you?
I don't know. Wasn't I supposed to?
Nobody ever has.
Why me?
Because we both know you're not like other people.
Sure I am.
No, Clark, I've seen you before we ever met. More than once I've touched people and I've seen such pain and despair. But then you were there and the pain was gone. I think that's your destiny, Clark. to help people, to save them from fear and darkness.
How?
That's for you to figure out.
Despite the fears and worries of everyday people, Clark would be there to help save the everyday people like you and me from doubt and despair. Superheroes are not just people that battle to take down massive kaiju behemoths. They're the driving force and pillars of hope for everyone to look up to and be inspired by. I feel like in modern day, well, at least the last couple years, cynicism has been pretty rampant. Dark hero stories like The Boys are pretty good shows and I enjoy it, but some part of it made me feel like weighed down. I'd see comment threads of people saying all the horrendous stuff they would do if they had powers. I'd want to be like Homelander, take out my frustrations on others, and make people afraid of me. Which was fucking eye-opening watching other teenagers my age say that kind of shit. I was in a dark place. I had lost hope. School was really weighing on me, and my personal life was in shambles. I felt alone and had no idea how to get better. The younger, naive side of me felt diminished. All that optimism I once had been extinguished. The world was scary and intimidating, and I was learning how to navigate a world that seemed to value power and control over others. I felt hopeless. And while I was laying in bed, I couldn't sleep, and I was scrolling on TikTok to try and wear myself out. Which was when I scrolled down to eventually find a comic. Starman was playing in the background with the Superman quote.
It's not over, you punsy twit! If you think I'll just go to jail and rot, you're living in a dream world!
Good. Dreams save us. Dreams lift us up and transform us into something better. And on my soul, I swear that until my dream of a world where dignity, honor, and justice are the reality we all share, I'll never stop fighting. Ever.
I was sitting on that comic as I went over it multiple times, just sitting there, listening to the words over and over again. Maybe it was the right place at the right time, but that moment, watching Superman talk to the people on the ground and eventually telling us that he was proud, that he loved us. And I would say in that moment, he became one of my favorite superheroes. That positive energy felt like a radiating light, letting me know everything was going to be okay. That with kindness and compassion, you too can make the world a better place and strive for a better tomorrow for everyone. That comic motivated me more to keep on hoping. To keep on hoping the world would get better. I love superheroes. They inspire us in times of need. Their power doesn't just come from their strength, but from their hearts. Superman to me represents second chances. His parents on a doomed planet protected their child and sent it to a distant galaxy, hoping that things would be better, to give their son a second chance at life that would have been wiped out. He has powers and is Kryptonian, but that care and compassion from his loving parents on Earth helped him become the man he is today. One that can inspire all of us. One that would stand tall in the face of darkness and adversity. And shine. James Gunn, the madman himself, worked on some of my favorite projects in the MCU. I'm sure everyone already knows, but Guardians of the Galaxy is one of the best and one of my favorite projects in the MCU. They're damn good movies that are filled with heart and soul, and they tell beautiful stories about the love that a group of ragtag adventurers have while finding a new family and a place in the universe. No other Marvel franchise has ever had me feel so deep into the emotional moments that I fell apart and ugly cried in my seat in the theaters. Editor Evan here, except Thunderbolts. It has great action and quiet moments that are great for digging into your heart for the emotional segments I was just talking about. One of my favorite moments was in Guardians 2. It's the scene between Mantis and Drax. One where Drax is talking about his late wife and daughter. He seems silent, and as Mantis touches him, she is so overwhelmed with grief that she begins to cry, while he sits in silence, showing how much pain he bears with them. It's honestly quite beautiful. I still remember watching the new Superman trailer with the old Superman theme, now with an electric guitar riff and triumphant horns. Watching the charming Boy Scout with his red trunks and with his little quips and a smile. To have people have hope that everything will be okay while they're calling for him. Watching him soar and save people. Watching him get emotional and even hurt when the people he wants to protect and that he cares for shuns him. Just from the trailers, this feels like Superman. This feels like the Superman that I want. And I have high hopes James Gunn will use those creative juices in his noggin to help bring the kind, compassionate, peaceful soul I've watched and read about, to hopefully inspire the next generation. And us too, I guess. Currently, it is now July 10th, and I am super stoked to have the movie come out tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoy the movie, and thank you guys for watching the video. I'll be posting a reaction right after I get out of the theater. So, hope you have a good one, have a good night, and hope to see you at the theaters tomorrow.